Finding equations when all you're given is 2 points. Well, anytime, we've talked about this before, anytime somebody hands you 2 points, the very first thing you're going to do is slope. Every single time. What is slope? Y minus y, x minus x. What are my y's? If I need to label them so that I can think for myself. Okay, my y's are -4 minus, because minus is in the equation right there, and then I have a -5. On the bottom I have -3 minus, because that's in the equation, -4. Now I can put that in my nifty calculator, or I can just do it in my head, whichever one it is, but this is going to be 1/1. So my slope is 1. Now I'm going to use, look, think about this. I've got points and I've got slope. Point, slope, point, slope. What am I going to use? Point, slope, form. So point, slope, form is y minus y equals the slope x minus x. Now there's a little tick mark right there for a 1, reminding you that that's where you put the numbers. So I'm going to, does it matter which point I use? No, it doesn't. So I'm going to go up here, and I think if it's okay with you, I'm going to use this one right here. I'm going to put y minus. Now what's the y? -4. What's the slope? 1. X minus, what's the x? -3. And so now, what's a negative negative? Positive. What's a negative negative? Positive. So what I have is y plus 4 equals 1 times x is still x. 1 times 3 is still 3. Now I'm very close to being finished. What else do I need to do? Well, I need this 4 to go to the other side, don't I? I need a y equals. That slope-intercept form, and that's what I'm shooting for. If that's a positive 4, it's a -4 over here. So now I have x, a 3, a -4, -1. Now some of you will want to write it like this. That's perfectly fine. But understanding what we're doing, we can also write plus negative numbers. And that's how you find from 2 points. All right, now let's look at what would it look like if it were a graph. Okay, what would it look like if it were a graph? Let me get it to where it is focused. All right, there we go. Now I need to pick points, don't I? I still need points, and there's a lot of good ones. I'm going to recommend that you pick a point that is not on the axis. Some of you have trouble reading on the axis, so let's pick it off of the axis. All right, the 2 points are -1, 3. That's a 3 right there. -1, 3. -1, 3. All right. This one is 3, -1. 3, -1. What's the first step all of the time? Calculating slope. Slope is y minus y, over x minus x. So here we go. My y's are 3 minus, because that's in the equation, -1 over -1 minus, because that's in the equation, and that turns out to be 4 over -4, which turns into a -1. So my slope is -1. It's a good thing, because that's definitely a negative slope. Now you can see your y-intercept right there, can't you? So if I wanted a bit of a shortcut, y equals, what's my slope? -1x. What is my y-intercept? 2. So I don't actually have to go any further than that, but I could go to point-slope form. All right, so let's try this one. Again, I have to pick points. This one is still going to have a 2, so it's not as hard, but I can go ahead and do my slope. I can pick some points, some perfect points. This one is 4, 3. This is -4, 1. So I make my slope. 3 minus 1 is on the top. 4 minus -4 is on the bottom. So my slope is 2/8, which is the same thing as 1/4. Now, since I can literally see my y-intercept, I don't have to do a point form. I can just say y equals, what's my slope? 1/4, and my y-intercept is 2. So that is writing equations from points and writing equations from graphs.